Good evening and welcome to the Schuman Show! It is wonderful to be back here. It's a month since we were last all together, and what can I say? We're living through interesting times. I mean, last month I was still consuming the news in a constant state of shock with copious amounts of ice cream on top. But I think that I've now finally passed through all the stages of grief and come to acceptance. So I decided, you know what, I think it's time to ditch Brussels, move to a hot Greek island, and live out my hedonist dream until the whole world collapses. And then I checked the stock market and realized I lost all my savings, so I guess I'm stuck here for now. Oh, fucking tariffs. But I do have to say that all this US posturing and bravado has actually brought us quite close to our allies. In fact, the UK is looking pretty hot right now. It's like when you've broken up with your ex for a little while, you've moved on, you've been on the dating market, and you've realized that it's pretty grim out there. It's a real wasteland, and maybe they weren't that bad, and maybe I can put up with fish and chips and the side order of British exceptionalism. But while some romances are maybe being rekindled, others have opted for a more pragmatic approach, a loveless marriage, if you will. I am, of course, talking about the new German government. We have a coalition, and Germany is now allowed to rearm, in fact, encouraged to, which both Poland and France think is a good idea this time. Yes, we are living in interesting times, surreal times. It kind of feels like what in the past would have read like an Onion article is actually the real news now. So I thought we'd play a game of Spot the Fake headline. You want to play? Yeah. Excellent. Okay, Marcel, give us the first headline. Real or fake? The other ones probably thought it was fake. I thought it was fake when I first saw it, but unfortunately, it is real, and it is scary. So let's go on to the next one. Real or fake? Oh, we got some debate in the front. It is, in fact, real, and I'm a little worried that more of you knew about that than the Amazon rainforest. Priority. We're never going to get to net zero this way, folks. Yes, Marco Rubio's bodyguard was upset that Hotel Amigo closed early, the bar of Hotel Amigo, which is really weird because Bonnefoy and Rock Classic are both down the road and open 24/7. Get it together. What's next? Real or fake? I mean, we all know how easy it is to get added to a group chat. What I'm surprised by is that he had the balls to leave. I never leave group chats. And not because I'm there for the gossip, but because I want to avoid the shameful, Kelly has left the group. Okay, what's next? Real or fake? Of course it's fake! We'll never have a unified foreign policy position. We're far too interesting and unique. But whilst some things we might not agree on, I do think that there is one thing Brussels does agree on. It's always a good time for a nice, big, juicy scandal. Incidentally, I forgot to mention our sponsors of the night. Huawei! Yes. After Qatargate came Huaweigate. I think the most scandalous thing about this particular scandal is how scandalously low the bribes were, which is probably good for the Chinese that they know what our going rate is now that they're going to be tariffed 124%. But MEPs, you went from suitcases to envelopes? Really? I mean, Jesus, the cost of living crisis must have really hit the European Parliament hard. But enough from me. I'll let the MEPs speak for themselves. Enjoy the Schuman Show, everybody.